Greetings everyone, this is Mr. Garrett bringing you another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. Today we're gonna showcase 3 matches between Brown Puddle and Saltpade. This is from the Quick Match Season 23, where it is still undergoing. So let's just jump into the first match and see how this one goes. Alrighty then, we are starting this series of 3 matches between Brown Puddle and Saltpade. We have Saltpade here as the same player, moving up his MCV to get to a better position, and the same with the yellow player Brown Puddle, he will also do the same. The map we are choosing to watch this time will be North by Northwest. It's a very fun map to see the pro players play on, so this is gonna be very fun. And those two players are very good. Saltpade is the number 1 and Brown Puddle is the number 3, I would think, if I'm not mistaken, but it's very tight between those players though. And last season I think Saltpade was 2nd place and Brown Puddle 3rd, so they're always up there between the top 5 players more or less every season. I think there was one season Saltpade was down to 10th place, but Brown Puddle I do see on 5th and 6th place and better. So very good pairs, and we will see how this match pans out. You see they're all getting into position here. You have Brown Puddle now trying to push in a little bit with infantry, some grenadiers doing actually a little bit damage, which is really good here. And that's a lot of good scouting as well for Brown Puddle, moving around on the map. So this is a good start from Brown Puddle. Let's see. Oh, look at all the infantry here from Saltpade now, and he will put some pressure on as well. So they all trying to just fill each other out. It's a huge production of infantry here. That's because they get a lot of gems and the economy is sprouting for both of them. Let's see, is there any war factory in close by? Not yet there. We'll see which one gets the first war factory out. I think for the start of this match, they're just nibbling a little bit on each other just to test out if they can break anywhere here. How's the scouting? Saltpade hasn't scouted too much yet. It's Brown Puddle. He is really doing some great scouting though, so that and this scouting will be very beneficial later in the game, especially when you get so good map vision. Of course, okay, there you can see both of them have gotten the war factory out, and the first tanks for both players who are playing as Soviets are out on the map. There's a lot of infantry for especially for Saltpade. Here is a lot of infantry. Now he will start to clean out those infantry to Brown Puddle here, and he will do that with ease. Is there anything else going on here? It's very quiet so far. Let's look at Saltpade. What kind of vision does he have? He hasn't scouted too much. He has actually very little information on Brown Puddle here. A little bit here. He will try to get this scout in though. Will he manage to get... Oh, he will actually manage to get quite far in. That is good. Brown Puddle doesn't actually have too much vision of the base to Saltpade, but he does have a lot of map awareness though. So that is something. And look at all the tanks here from Brown Puddle. He has gotten up a lot of tanks. I think he actually has one more tank than Saltpade, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So the production to Brown Puddle is really good though. Both of them have 2 war factories, now 2 ore refineries for Saltpade. Let's see here, only 1 for Brown Puddle, so that means that Brown Puddle perhaps will try to put more pressure. Oh, actually 2, he does have 2 ore refineries. We'll see which one will put the pressure on. There's a little bit of fighting going around, just a couple of infantry getting taken on half. Saltpade managed to get more vision, he has not. This is just a stalemate. Who will be the first one to initiate a fight here? Right now they're just moving up and down. They have more or less the similar amount of tanks, so we'll see which one will come best out of this engagement here. It does look like the fight will go now. We will see. Okay, there Saltpade lost his first tank. I think there Brown Puddle lost his. Saltpade is actually concentrating on taking down the ore refinery. That will hinder the economy to Brown Puddle a little bit, but I don't think it's the end of the world. And look, while he was taking down there, he is actually losing a couple of his tanks Saltpade here. So I wonder if it's Brown Puddle who actually came out on top here. You can see the production to Saltpade is pretty good. He is getting more and more tanks. This is a very tight battle. Now it looks like a Saltpade is actually getting the better hold here now, taking out the tanks to Brown Puddle. And I'm not sure. I think Brown Puddle needs to get more tanks out here if it's gonna hold. It does look like now, if Saltbed will start to take down this ore refinery, it will look really bad for Brown Puddle. I don't think he's gotten up or he might have gotten up a second ore refinery. I'll check fast. Yeah, he has gotten up another one, so he's actually not in a terrible spot here. But it looks like Saltbed is really taking control of this match here. But now there is coming some new tanks in from Brown Puddle. Will he manage to hold her? He will have to focus on those low health tanks, and he does that. Now it's actually Brown Puddle that has the advantage here. He now has 4 tanks versus actually 4 tanks as well. He managed to hold and push Saltpade away for now. But now Saltpade is pushing in again. They have the same amount of tanks still. So this is actually going... I mean, I'm not sure who is actually coming in front here. I'm not sure what Saltpad is doing in the base. If I have to go and look, has he built up anything else? He has not. He's actually sold his construction yard, which means this is definitely going to be almost the final push for Saltpad. He really needs to do some damage now, because I do believe... Oh, actually, it's Rompower also has sold his MCV, but he has 3 war factories, and his economy is doing... or actually, it's not doing well at all right now. So Brown Puddle really need to hold here if he wants to win this match. Red Knight, it's really hard to say who's gonna get out of top here. Brown Puddle is defending very well though. Now he has 4 tanks versus 3 tanks. There's the 4th one from Saltpad. But this is really good defending from Brown Puddle here. It does look like he's getting a little bit of an advantage here. Not much. He's just barely leading with 1 tank, but it's low life, and he will probably lose it now. Wait, will he? There, he lost it, and he's getting in the 4 tanks as well. We'll see if he can push it, because you can see that Saltpit only has this. If he actually takes out the power, I think Saltpit will be in trouble here. Only 1 power plant. Let's look here too. It's a lot of power plants. 3. He has actually 3 ore refineries and 3 war factories. So I think this, the longer this goes, the worse it will be for Saltpay. I'm not sure Saltpay can manage to hold it. And now you can see that Brown Puddle is actually pushing into the buildings here. Even though they have the same amount of tanks on the battlefield right now, it just doesn't look too good for Saltpay now. He only has those buildings left there, and Brown Puddle has huge advantage in both war factories, like production in tanks and gathering resources. So I have to say this is not looking too good for Saltpit. I don't think he can do so much right now. He's just trying to hold on and defend, but it does look like Brown Puddle is just getting into a better and better position here now. Even though the tank amount are pretty similar to both of them, I just think the longer this match goes on, the more of an advantage Brown Puddle will get here. And I think Saltpay just have to tap in sooner or later, because now it looks like Brown Puddle is getting closer to the buildings. He's going for the ore refinery. If he takes out the ore refinery, it's basically no more resources for Saltpay, and this is what he has right now. So he will go on his final push. He will go for 1 war factory, which doesn't really matter anymore. So this was very well defended and very well played from Brown Puddle, and it looks like he's tapping out Terran Saltpad. GG. It was a very good match from both players though, but in the end Brown Puddle just was a little bit ahead here. So let's just jump into the next match and see how that one goes. Alrighty then, we are just jumping into the second match. The map they are playing is Path Beyond. We have Brown Puddle as the yellow player again, and Saltpade as the cyan player. And he's starting down in the right corner, and Brown Puddle up in the left corner. And here you can see that he gets out his grenadier, and he will be running downwards. This time Saltpade is playing as the allies. He is also getting out some scouts here. They are producing a lot of infantry here. We will see if how the vision is going here. You can see that Brown Puddle is putting in 1 of his infantry here. Let's just to scout any cheeky stuff. Saltpage is probably doing the same, or actually he's not doing the same yet, but he will get down here and over here. And the scouting is really going on for both players. It's actually a lot of infantry coming out for Brown Puddle. Is he looking into putting some early pressure? It could perhaps look like he is gonna try to push in and do some early pressure here onto Saltpad. He has grenadiers with him as well, 1 grenadier at least, and a lot of infantry. Now Saltpad realize that a small attack might be incoming. Everything looks like normal in the production way. See that Brown Puddle is building up this way. And the same is Solped. He is also building up here. He probably build upwards here and get settled here. That's the normal. Or let's see, will Brown Paddle actually push in here? He doesn't have too much of a vision. Solped is collecting his infantry here as well. We'll see if Brown Paddle can manage to push in here. You see there is a war factory out for both of the players. Let's think this is very tactical because now when the Orthodox comes out, it goes straight for the gems, very tactical, and it's basically the same for Brown Paddle, straight up to the gems there. That is all those small things that matters in the long run, or definitely in the short run. So there's a lot of things to learn here from watching pro players. And here you can see Brown Paddle is actually just going past them here. We'll see what is he going for. Will he take out he's cleaning out the infantry here. This is looking really good, and also this is hinder the collecting of resources for Saltbait. So this is kind of win-win. Yeah, both of them lost their infantry, but Saltbait lost a little bit mining time though. So I would say that's a small victory for Brown Puddle. It's very little though, but um, now you can see that it's going all right here. He's saturated down on this patch and this patch, and he will just go for those gems here. Let's look at Saltbed. What is he doing? Yeah, he's just building up here. He's probably going into this position here, which is a very strong position to get. He has 2 ore refineries out. Still have this ore refinery. The war factory down here. Probably there the second war factory is. Now how is Brown Puddle doing here? Let's see. Brown Puddle is starting to take those gems as well. So he's definitely getting into a very strong position. He has 2 ore trucks there, 2 ore trucks there, 3, 4 ore trucks, 5 ore trucks out for Saltbait. So Saltbait is going quite heavily on the economy here, and now he's building up here. Let's see if he gets into a good position here. Got a couple of light tanks out, and here you can see Brown Puddle is now taking out those gems. So he is really concentrated on taking out gathering as much of those gems as possible. And even a Tesla up, that is actually a very good placement as well. It's good to see that pro players actually do produce or build a couple of Tesla early on as well. So it's not only the amateur players who are doing this, also professional, very good players doing this. That just to have a little bit protection while he's pushing in here now, because light tanks could just flank and suddenly arrive in the base. So it's good. Here you can see there's a lot of tanks for Brown Puddle here. Can he do any damage? He should definitely manage to take out all those light tanks, but you can see they are pouring in more and more light tanks for Saltbed. So perhaps it does look like Saltbed will manage to hold quite well here. And let's see, there he takes out a couple of those tanks there. There's another war factory out, and it's a perfect position to have it here, because now the light tanks will just pour out, and it's a very long way for reinforcements for Brown Puddle. He actually sold his MC construction yard as well, so he's basically going all in here now. He is very well saturated up in his base though, but you can see that this fight went to the well, you see Saltbed lost his war factory though, but he hasn't sold his construction yard, so he's still in a great spot. He will just keep on building here. Meanwhile, you can see here that Brown Puddle, he has 2 ore refineries and he has 3 war factories here. So he's an okay spot though, but now he needs to clear out those tanks here, because I think Saltbed will actually get further and further ahead now, because as long as he can hold with this army, there is no reason for him to sell the construction yard, and he can just expand and just getting into a stronger and stronger position here. But we will see. I could be mistaken as well, but it does look like Saltbed has a lot of light tanks here. I think this is definitely a good fight for Saltbed. I think it does look like Saltbed have a small advantage here, even though those heavy tanks to Brown Puddle are very strong and they are holding quite well here. But I think this is good, because Saltbed will I wonder if his Saltbed will probably build up here to get another ore refinery, getting into even a better position, and this is good. This is some bad pathing from Brown Puddle, or perhaps he's just trying to get a little bit, I don't know what he's trying to do actually. I think he will just lose here. So this was not the best engagement from Brown Puddle here, but I don't think he has any choice now. He needs to do something. He has a lot of tanks coming in here now. His production is steady and good. but it feels like Saltpate is just in a little bit better spot though. So I think it's very important for Brown Puddle to do some kind of damage, perhaps take out those tanks to Saltpate here if possible. I'm not sure it is possible though, because Saltpate has a lot of light tanks and they're just pouring in, and you can see how fast they are actually taking down the tanks to the retreating tanks to Brown Puddle. I don't think he can handle too much of this. You see that Brown Puddle is losing a lot of his heavy tanks, while Saltpad is hardly losing anything, but now he's lured into the Tesla. That was a very tactical and smart move from Brown Puddle, but you know, Saltpad can just run back and perhaps attack from a different angle, or just attack in this area here as well. So this is actually starting to look very, very good for Saltpad. He's putting more and more pressure onto the tanks to Brown Puddle here. And you can see that the ore patch to Brown Puddle is also starting to get quite low here now. So it will be a longer distance for the ore trucks to gather resources as well. We'll see what Saltpad will be doing right now. He actually has an engineer with him. That means he has sold his construction yard, because he is in a very good spot as well. Yeah, so he has 3 war factories out, and he has 1, 2, 3, 4 ore refineries, so he's definitely in a good spot. And there you can see Brown Puddle is just tapping out of this game. You see there is no way of him winning this match, especially now when Saltpad is actually flanking him as well. So GG, well played from Saltpad, good attempt from Brown Puddle, but it just didn't hold this time. So let's just head into the last match. Alrighty then, we are now into the third match. This time it's Saltpad who is yellow and Brown Puddle as the cyan player, starting down in the right corner for Brown Puddle and Saltpad up in the left corner. And the map of the choosing is Arena Valley Extreme. It's definitely a good map to play the third match on. And they're all getting into scouting positions. I do wonder who will be the better scouter this time. In the first match, Brown Puddle had a very good scouting, and we'll see if he can scout just as well here. He has one early grenadier running for his life. He will get into straight into the base. I think this is something to learn for everyone actually, because I think this is the first unit he's producing, and just running straight up to the base to the opponent just to get as early. Wow, that's cool. The early information he can get, because any information is good information. But he will actually be taken out there very well from Saltpad. He first spotted him with one of the infantry there, and then the other one just waiting for him to take him down. Very well. That's a pro move from Saltpad, and now Saltpad is trying to scout on every side here, just to get as much information as he can. There is nothing special here. Playing as the allies, getting into perfect position here, probably getting down to this place as well, very well. And Brown Puddle is also doing great down here. They're all getting into some kind of position. You can see that if you look here, look at all those infantries here, just lining up a big wall, keeping those scouts from Brown Puddle out. Is very good play from Saltpad, and if you look into Brown Puddle, he's not being any worse. He's doing exactly the same, having a line of infantry to just keep those scouts from Saltpad out. So pro players in action, doing pro things, always awesome to see. And here you can see the Brown Puddle will try to break here. It is possible, if you take them together, he can definitely take out this infantry, but this one might actually... Will he manage? Oh, that was so close, and now he will lose this one as well. So they were close of actually getting in. I think if he had a little bit time, taking them together, taking out this one, and he would have managed to get in, to get a little bit information though. But will Saltpad manage to get in with his infantry? That is the question. There was also a couple of light tanks on the map though. I just wanted to see if he can get in with this one. There's not so much else going on. He does manage to get quite far. He's gotten into great position here. We'll see how far will he get now. He also goes on an attack here as well. So this one actually does manage to get quite far in. I will soon turn the vision. I just wanted to see how well that scout was doing. He actually did manage to get all the way in with that scout. That is quite impressive, I have to say. But now Saltpad is also getting down here with the light tanks. He's probably going for a shady attack or something. Wonder if he's gonna Yeah, he's going straight for the construction yard here. But look here, he's actually managed to get up a second construction yard as well, a third one as well. So Brown Puddle is really going for the long run here. But is that the smart choice? Look, you can see that Saltpate is trying to end it now. He's just going straight into 3 ore refineries and 2 war factories, and he will put some serious pressure on Brown Puddle here. But Brown Puddle will have a huge production though. So even though he lost the construction yard here, he still has so much more here, and it's gonna be hard for Saltpate now, because I think Saltpate just need to put much more pressure onto Brown Puddle now, because Brown Puddle will just skyrocket ahead here when he has such a big production of buildings here. He's getting up a Tesla as well. He has 4 ore refineries, he has 2 war factories, and probably going to produce even more. And here you can see Saltpate knows that he needs to push in, he needs to do some damage, or he will fall further and further behind. He is expanding into another ore spot, so he could definitely handle himself without building an extra MCVs, but we will see. Now he is pushing in because the Brown Puddle's army is not so much right now. It will soon start to come. It's actually a radio dump, good to see. The Tesla is almost in rage, almost took out the light tank. I think Brown Puddle needs to move his tanks a little bit more. There you go. Now he actually does manage to take out at least 1 tank and another one. So the Tesla did a little bit damage, not too much. You can see that the tank advantage to Saltpate is much bigger, and now he's actually, what is he? He's actually going for the, this is the war factory, 3rd war factory. I think Brown Puddle will manage to hold her now, getting a Tesla up there as well. So this is great defending from Brown Puddle, and he just needs to defend because he will have a huge advantage later on if he can just hold this attack and not lose too much. So this is quite good. Is there anything else going on here? Has he built up? I haven't seen that he's built up an extra MCV, so I don't think he has built a service depot. I might be mistaken though. But look here again on Brown Puddle. He has 3 war factories up again, and there's another match, another fight going on here. Saltpate still has the tank advantage here for now. But I think Brown Puddle will get more and more into the game here with his tank, the tank production here. He has 3 war factories. He has steady income. Let's see, how many war factories does he does have 3 war factories, and he's in a great spot, Saltpate, to not have expanded with extra MCVs. So we will see if Brown Puddle can handle himself here. You can also see there is some extra light tanks just going around scouting. I think he doesn't, yeah. Post the scouting for, okay, so Brown Puddle doesn't know if he has expanded or not. Now you can see Saltpate is pushing in. How much damage can he do? He has a lot of light tanks though. Is this enough? Will Brown Puddle manage to hold here? I think Brown Puddle have a lot of heavy tanks here. There's no fighting close to the Tesla coils here. There is actually 1 Tesla coil which will be taken down. There's more Teslas here in the background. There's a lot of money for Brown Puddle, so he can definitely build up more Teslas. He is holding quite well here as well. So this is actually, I have to say, this is looking quite good for Brown Puddle. If he can just hold a little bit longer. Those light tanks are doing some damage, but I don't think it's enough right now. I think Brown Puddle is doing quite well in defending here. But this ore patch is done now, and he only has a little bit here, and he has here, so his economy might start to struggle a little bit, and the economy to Saltpate is actually quite much better for the moment. And he has the 4th war factory as well, so I think actually Saltpate is in a great spot though, even though it is Brown Puddle is pushing in. But is this a small mistake by pushing in here? Because look at all the production from Saltpate. I think the further back Saltpate goes, to better position he will actually get into it, because he will get more and more light tanks in. And you can see the tanks to Brown Puddle, they are losing a little bit health. They are very low health actually. I think perhaps Brown Puddle went out a little bit too far, giving the tank replacement advantage to Saltpate, and he basically managed to overcome all of those tanks to Brown Puddle. I think that was just a small mistake from Brown Puddle. Of course, it's not easy for Brown Puddle to notice. Oh my god, I actually didn't notice it. Brown Puddle has been crazy. He's been building like crazy down here, so he's not giving up. Um, but I think by pushing in here, he actually did give a small advantage to Saltpate. Now, even though he's producing a lot of tanks, I think it's just too little. And here you can see Brown Puddle is actually tapping out. He just realized that pushing in here, losing all of these tanks, losing his advantage was the downfall of him. And if you look at all those tanks here, some people might say it's tapping out a little bit too early, but I don't think he actually is tapping out a little bit too early because he hardly has any ore left here. He has this ore patch. He was trying to do something here, but he will be taken out very fast here. And then, even though he has a lot of money, well, it's hard to say, but it does look like Saltpate is just in a better position. He has 4 war factories producing a steady income. I just think tapping out here is the correct choice from Brown Puddle. I don't think he will manage to hold. He did manage to hold off for a very long time here. It was a great defending, but overextending a little bit here might be the downfall for Brown Puddle in this match now. But I have to say, GG, very well played from both players in all of those 3 matches. And yeah, I think this will be end of this match. And I will see you guys in the next video.